Welcome to Weather-weenies on a Friday. The date is June the 5th.
The 5th of June.
Yep, I'm Alan Holt, Dana Osgood, and we're heading into another weekend where it's
another weekend. Yep.
Not the most perfect of weather conditions.
No, and they've deteriorated.
Yes.
As time goes on.
Like less openings for rain-free.
Yeah.
On Sunday. Sunday just is trending the wrong way.
Yeah, we've like Saturday. I was saying earlier, Saturday is stormy, Sunday is showery.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a good way to remember it.
It's interesting too. I think on Saturday, I think in southern Maine and along the coast, yes, I think that there's a better storm chance, but I think Saturday is going to be, there will be more gaps in the rain on Saturday.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, whereas Sunday, I think less robust on the activity, but I think like
more consistency.
A lot of the afternoon is going to have like that uniform type of rain.
Mm-hmm.
So
today,
and a little cooler too. Yeah, 80s today. That was nice.
Yeah, sometimes I like to use this map because oftentimes, especially early in the summer, Maine will be on such an island because everywhere else will be like 85, 90 degrees, and then Maine will be like 70. But today, not really the case. We were within range of the temperatures around us.
I bet it's pretty sultry in like DC and Philly right now.
Yeah, 92
Low
in
90s,
DC,
yeah.
93 in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I wonder what the dew point is down there right now. I'm sure it's up there.
I wonder if I actually have like
I don't know
broader dew point map.
Just going off script already.
That's right.
Yeah, but the atmosphere, even up in Maine, is starting to, it's starting to load up just a little bit with more humidity. You can kind of feel it. Oh, it's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah.
I mean, I would not want to be in Houston right now. With that is a sultry 75 degree dew point.
That's
but
where I'm used to it.
Yeah, honestly, not bad for the East Coast.
Yeah, the East Coast, those 90s, not as sultry looking as first thought with dew points in the 50s.
No one's ever going to say it's crisp when it's 90 degrees.
No.
But
yeah.
Not too bad. And then for a more in-depth look at us today, some spots a little cooler. Northern Maine, a little cooler today. But otherwise, I mean, still in the mid-80s. Mm-hmm. Another day. I feel like I say it every day. When it's like this, I'm like, do I have to go inside? And it's another day I'm going to say
Yeah. I mean, it's warm. It's for sure warm out. I was taking a walk earlier today with the dogs, and, I was like, okay, people can... I was wearing a gray shirt, so the sweat was coming. It was like easy to see the sweat. Yeah, so
you're from the South. You should know that's a rookie mistake.
I know. It's okay. I'm more than fine with a sweaty gray shirt.
That's all you.
It's good. I'm going to just quickly reference this because we talked about it yesterday. The Northern Lights didn't really pan out.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Even though the skies were very favorable for viewing, like we had a few cirrus clouds last night, and I definitely went out just to take a look, at the north sky. What's that?
I was like, we'll look at the like sky condition overnight, so I just sent the visible satellite imagery back 12 hours, but you can't use visible satellite imagery at night, so it made me chuckle because I was like, don't do that. That's wrong.
Because we're literally as we see it, like there's no IR enhancement with the visible. No, but what happened, there was a coronal mass ejection on Wednesday. And I got, these people are way more versed than I am, like the NOAA Space Center forecasters, with the magnetic field and the plasma and all that.
I know very little about all of that.
In essence, Earth has to pass through that pulse of energy, and it has to interact with the atmosphere. And if you're at a far north enough latitude and the skies are clear, then you can see it sometimes. And last night, I was waiting for that K index. That's the metric we use to talk about how strong a geomagnetic storm is.
Yeah, and like the higher the K index number, the more likely you'll be able to see.
Yes, and so in essence, I'll wrap this up real quick. It just stayed at like 3 the whole night. It needed to be up to around 7. So one of two things. One, it was way weaker That's one plausible thing, this wave of energy from the sun. Or the second thing was it may have just missed Earth.
Yeah.
We didn't see it, interact at all. So anyway, it was a dud. I was hoping to see him.
That tends to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, people joke that like weather forecasting is difficult. Space weather forecasting is even more difficult.
It's hard. Yeah. Not a lot of data points out there.
I was just going to point out that I actually pulled up a correct satellite imagery this time. And it wasn't that cloudy.
No, it would have been fine had
it actually happened.
Yeah. Anyway, we got plenty of rain to talk about this weekend. So
we do. Yeah. We've got I've got the surface maps here. This low is like a little slow. I'm going to push this back just a second. Like, it's all the way back, sort of in the Great Lakes area, and then it moves its way over towards us. And then because of the location of that low, we end up with rain both days.
Yeah.
And then it gets nicer.
It's so Saturday, the modeling is interesting, the high-res stuff, and ours kind of shows it a little bit when we go through like Saturday afternoon. It'll be dry in the morning. So like I'm playing golf tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Southern Maine. And I'm not worried about it.
Nope.
But in the afternoon, this is where I think it's interesting because the temps, if you look at the temps, and even before 8, they're already down into the 50s, like in Portland.
Is odd.
Yes, and all the high res are showing this, and you see how much warmer it is in New Hampshire. So if it played out like this, where for whatever reason the sea breeze just trumps everything and everybody's in the 50s into the afternoon, I would say that the storm chance is way lower. Yeah,
we still have the marginal risk from the SPC. But no, I agree. I mean, they put a slight risk in southern New Hampshire, for example. Yeah. I just think it's weird seeing temperatures.
I do too.
Like, I didn't expect it when I opened up the computer today.
It's like they're all doing that, though. It's like everything's just swinging in and shutting down the warmth. And without the warmth, it's going to be hard to get I don't think it just nixes the thunderstorm chance.
Yeah, you might still feel like hear a few rumbles of thunder.
For sure. But severe, I would be really, squinting my eyes at that for there to be a severe storm with, temps in the low 60s, or not to say it can't happen. It just we both probably had the same reaction. Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's odd.
Yeah. There was a time, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe a month ago, where we had some elevated storm production that did a lot of lightning.
Yes.
So I could see that happening. Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow. That was a really interesting day as well. But I think the whole thing at the end of the day with the severe potential is little.
It's low.
Little.
And the risk we're in is the lowest of the scale.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Sunday morning's dry, yeah.
And then womp, womp,
and then
womp.
I think you phrased it perfectly. Showery.
Yeah,
on Sunday.
And doesn't really clear until midnight.
Yeah.
For most of us. So
wow, yeah. So it's
gonna linger.
It's just not the best. And of course, right after the weekend, we get back into really nice weather.
I have to pull up the 7-day. Yeah. Everyone's gonna be so mad.
But how many was it last year? How many weekends in a row? Is it
I had a count going.
Is it a baker's dozen? 13? Something like that?
It was something like that. Or there was one, we might have skipped one, and then it was 5 more after that. Oh. I remember it was a lot. I actually have a couple of packages that I did where I referenced it. I'm and that would be number 12 in a row. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
But
this would be number 3.
All right. Well, we'll start keeping count. Wanted to mention primary voting in person is on Tuesday. Weather should be a non-issue for that. It's honestly
put sunscreen on.
Put sunscreen on.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day to go out and exercise your right to vote.
And everybody, I always say this to people. We're getting onto a different topic. I'm not going to get political, but if you don't go out and vote, you can't complain about the result. That's the thing.
All right.
If you want to complain about it, then go vote. But if you don't vote, it's tough to complain. You know what I mean?
And with that, we will wrap things up. Weather Weenies at News Center, Maine. This episode will hold you through the weekend. So if you do happen to get any small hail, gusty winds, or lightning, let us know, because it'll be an interesting setup. Obviously, I'll be here this weekend, keeping an eye on that. Otherwise, questions, comments. I always have to look down when I do this. Okay. Yay! Like that. Oops. As I hit the microphone. And with that, we will see you next week.